Hey, CQHD here, and this is the HomePod Mini. Now, it's been in my home for about 4 to 5 months now, and I haven't actually reviewed it, so it's about time it deserved one. So let's talk costs. The HomePod Mini, just for one individual unit, costs around £99, but I seem to remember when I brought mine that they were around £89, so there's definitely an increase in price, and I think it might be because of the new release of the HomePod Max. But you can definitely find a HomePod Mini for much cheaper anywhere else, quite literally, than Apple. The design of the HomePod Mini does feel pretty nice. Like, you're not going to need to touch it a lot, but I'm not sure what fabric they used. It feels really good. And it actually looks, it fits in really well. I don't even notice it there. At the top, there's an LED matrix display that lights up all the way to the edge of the Mini. So when you're activating Siri or playing music, that's when you're going to notice it the most. But thanks to the ambient sensors underneath the display, it can actually dim and brighten up depending on your surroundings. Back to the material, it's got a really nice fabric that goes all the way around the HomePod Mini, which feels great, only if you want to touch it. So what do I mean by that? Well, you might want to get any other color than black, because the black will literally be a massive fingerprint magnet on the top display. You want every other color but black. And that's literally why I got 2 white ones, because I just don't have to clean it that much. At the back of the Mini, there's a permanently attached braided USB Type-C cable, which is about 6 feet in length for those who want to know. And there's a 20-watt power adapter, which comes with the Mini. But what I did was I had a 18-watt power adapter with my iPhone, but 20 watts sounds faster. So what I did was just switch both the bricks around, so the HomePod Mini, or one of the HomePod Minis, have an 18-watt power adapter powering the whole Mini, and I just took the 20 watt just to charge my phone. It's just faster charging, but it is officially supported in Apple support. You'll find it. I'll actually link it down below as well, just so you can verify. And it works the same. No difference in power, no difference in sound quality. With the newer release of the HomePod that Apple released this year, I think earlier this year, you're able to actually remove the cable from the back, which I guess is a plus for right to repair, but not on this model. So you might see it as, if you break the HomePod or just the cable, it happens, you can just easily ask Apple to replace that cable, and you've still got a fully functional working HomePod. But yeah, like I said, it's not going to work on this HomePod, but on the newer one. Alright, so depending on the colorway that you choose, the HomePod Mini actually fits in any place or any environment within your home. So the ones I've got here are, well, I've got 2 of them, but here's one on one side. Yeah, it's not too big and it's not too small, so I didn't actually have to make room for it at all on my desk. At the bottom of the HomePod Mini, there's a rubber base, so don't worry about it sliding around or rocking around if you accidentally bump into it or play music at really loud levels, which surprisingly this can hit. Which actually leads me on to sound. Now, the original HomePod focused a lot, and I mean a lot, on sound quality from way back when, but that easily got passed onto the HomePod Minis. And don't doubt its size, it packs in a lot of sound. A lot of sound, actually, for its size. I remember the first day I got them, I was downstairs in the kitchen, and the first thing I did was set it up, and I stood far away in the corner of the room, blasted these HomePods to the max, and I couldn't hear myself say, the keyword. It could still hear me. It really could still hear me. But besides the point, it's loud, it's got a lot of bass, and no matter what level or no matter how high you go in sound, it somehow doesn't sound distorted. That's actually something pretty cool with these HomePods. Okay, now if you have Apple Music, the HomePod Mini's just got a ton more exciting. So you can just tell Siri to play your favorite artist or favorite song or album or playlist, no matter what it is, and it will play that. You can also do something that I found really interesting, and I want to say life-changing, but it's not obviously life-changing. It's just, I've never seen it before, where you can just ask Siri by saying, play the song It Feels Just Like Velvet, A Touch of the Wind and It's Gone. Now that's from Stormzy, and it knows the lyrics already, and I think it's probably because it's paired with Shazam or whoever the lyric provider is, and it finds that song and pulls it up. But not only that, if you have an iPhone with a U1 chip built into it, I think that's from an iPhone 11 upwards, you can bring the iPhone close to the Mini in the right spot, and just like that, transfer music across to the HomePod Mini, and from the Mini, right back to the iPhone. I have an iPhone XS Max, which I'm using to record this video, but it doesn't support the new U1 chip. All you kind of have to do, and it still works in principle, just without the flashy UI and proximity type of jazz. It still works the same. So see here, hold it over the HomePod Mini in just the right place, and it takes a few milliseconds slower, but just like that, it still works the same. So there is support for other music streaming services such as Pandora, Deezer, and TuneIn. Issue is there is no support for Spotify, and this is a big issue. And this is one reason why I am still with Apple Music till this day. There's even a new feature called Intercom, and where all you just have to say to your HomePod Mini is, "Intercom, I'll be home in 5 minutes." And what that will do is send the same recording that it just captured to all your family members and all your other Apple devices connected to the same home app. With the HomePod Minis, it's another way to get your home to be just a little bit more smarter. Siri might not be that smart, but it's packed with technology that still will make it smarter and connect to all your other devices. So in my case, I've got LED light strips. Let me just adjust the camera. I've got LED light strips up there. It's gonna look so weird, but they're up there. And what the HomePods can do is, if I say, "Hey Siri, turn the lights blue," it's turned them blue. Okay, I might as well keep the shot here. It's turned them blue. If I say, "Hey Siri, turn the lights magenta," give it a while, and they'll have turned magenta. Hold on. "Hey Siri, turn the lights green." There you go. They've turned green. And that's pretty nice. It works pretty well. Mainframe, yep. It works pretty well. You can also add smart fridges, door locks, LED light strips, for example, and pretty much anything that is smart at the moment. And there's a new standard of technology called Matter, which is able to, in theory, and I think it does still work till this day, where on Amazon you might find LED smart strips or light strips that are made just for the Amazon Echo device. Now, if you look out for some that say Matter, it means that you can ask Siri on your HomePod to turn them on, you can ask Alexa, or you can even ask Google Assistant to turn on the same light strips, so you're not really bound to one ecosystem in a way. It's actually much better, and I actually thank whoever made it, because it's going to help a lot of newcomers into really come into the smart home environment. Earlier this year, Apple also introduced, there's a lot they've introduced with this HomePod, but they also introduced or activated the temperature sensor and the humidity sensor that was always inside of the HomePod minis, but was never activated or shown in software. Now you can actually enable that. It takes a while for them to calibrate, but once they're calibrated, in the Home app under Climate, you will see the temperature of the room and the humidity of the room, or the relative humidity of the room. It's helpful, but I've never really gone in and looked at it after they launched it. But it's there. It's always there. The good thing though is with the temperature, you can always tell it in the shortcuts or the automation part of the Home app that if the lights... Oh wait, hold on. If you want to turn the lights on when the temperature reaches, let's say 18 degrees. I don't know who does that. And that's probably not the best example. Okay, a better example would actually be if the temperature is at 60 degrees, if it actually reaches at 60 degrees, then you can say, look, in Chikozi's bedroom, if the temperature reaches 60 degrees, turn off the heater. And that, it works. It works pretty well. Now, the most important thing with a HomePod in your house is actually privacy. And the HomePod Mini doesn't really have a physical mute switch, which I don't see as a problem. You might see this on Google Nest or the Amazon Echo, where you can just turn it off and it will disconnect the mics. But on the HomePod Mini, you can just say, "Hey Siri, turn off Hey Siri." And what that will do is turn off Hey Siri. It won't listen out for the hot word anymore. It disables all of its speakers, but through software. And the only way to reactivate it is either hold the top of the base and tell it to turn back on the mics, or go through the Home app and turn that back on that way. So I trust Apple within my home, but it depends on how you feel. If you don't want Apple, there's always other smart speakers or smart assistants out there like Google Assistant or Alexa, and they're pretty good. They're pretty good as well. To sum it all up, is the HomePod Mini worth it? And I'm gonna say yes, for a couple of reasons. One, it is literally going to work really well with your Apple ecosystem if you've got other Apple devices, such as an Apple Watch or an iPhone or your AirPods. They all work together with this HomePod. Two, you've also got Matter support, so this can control a wide range of smart home devices now. That's good. Three is, what was three? Three is you've got a temperature sensor which just got enabled and a humidity sensor which would have cost you a few more pounds actually, but you've actually paid for it in one massive package. And four, Siri isn't that dumb and it's not the smartest, but it will get the most of it. It will get most of the things you need done, and that's all good. That's a good plus. So that's been it from me, SeeKoHD, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.